This is a public service announcement brought to you in part by J3.
Tell me I'm a realist.
J3 is a realist and can say what the he wants on his channel.
Tell me to get ghosts.
If you don't like it, you can take this L and get ghosts.
Tell me to kiss my ass.
Little did you know, upon pushing the dislike button, you have just kissed his ass.
Tell him there's no room for weakness.
There is no room for whackness on J3 Entertainment, so if you fit the description, step off. Anything else?
Yeah, don't get teabagged.
What's up, team? It's your boy J3 back in the video with another movie review, Ready Player One. One of my most anticipated films of 2018. When I saw that trailer, y'all, what can I say? Mind blown. Instant hype. And when I heard your boy Steven Spielberg was directing this shit, I couldn't believe it. I'm sold. So let's see if the hype is really real. Let's get into this review. This movie is directed by Steven Spielberg, and it takes place in 2045, where we find the world's really completely garbage. Literally, it's slums, ghettos, rich, poor, no middle class, kind of the way the world's going nowadays. And what does the world do? They use escape routes. Escape route called the Oasis. The Oasis is created by a man named James Holiday, who made this world for people to escape but enjoy gaming. But it goes too far because the world relies on this low key. I mean, everybody's doing it. I mean, you have dogs and cats going in the Oasis. I mean, this is just basically what it is. This is life nowadays. These are jobs to be going to Oasis. It's the craziest thing ever, but it's dope and amazing. Unfortunately, James Holiday ends up passing away. And when he passes away, he gives a contest. He says, the last game, whoever wins this game ends up owning the Oasis. So it's 3 keys that unlocks the Easter egg. And when you unlock it, you become complete ownership of the Oasis, meaning you keep all his royalties, everything. And you know that brings out the bad guys. There's a company called the IOI, who basically is second to the Oasis. They give you all these they make money off the Oasis. They throw in gadgets and armors and just basically control the way the gaming world runs in the Oasis. So they want this. If they own the Oasis, they own the world. That's basically what it is. So you have a team of kids, young kids. They look grown, but shoot, they were kids, and they basically are trying to find James Holiday's Easter eggs so they can get the keys so they can get out of poverty, basically. And we see one hell of an amazing journey, and it was dope. Let's get into this, man. The story. I'm gonna say this, y'all. The story is not original, but it's done freaking well, y'all. This movie reminds me of Wreck-It Ralph combined with Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory. That's what this movie is. So it has the video game aspect of a digital world, but modern day Willy Wonka. James Holiday is Willy Wonka. Wade Watts is Charlie. And I love the way they twisted it and they put it together and they made this world really work. The story was not original, but it gave me something that movies have not given me in a very, very long time. And that is an actual adventure, an actual journey, an actual story that gave me something. Like, movies don't do that nowadays. They're kind of straightforward. You watch superhero movies and they're not adventurers. They're not adventures. They're not journeys. You kind of understand where they're going. The plot's simple. Here it is, bad guy, good guy, boom, we're done. But this gave me another adventure. And Steven Spielberg is the daddy when it comes to adventures and journeys. I mean, freak! Indiana Jones, man! Come on, bro, Jurassic Park! E.T. Freak, even Jaws was an adventure, man. We gotta catch this motherfucker. He killing people. Journeys. I love it. He brought that to life in the story. Story wasn't all that. Like, I mean, it's a fair story, but that adventure just made it that much better. I loved every bit of that adventure. It was really dope. I was so in that movie. I loved it. I loved it. Ah, beautiful. I love the story. Story was good. Wasn't the best, but that adventure just made it that much better. I love getting fed Skittles to the destination. If you get my drift, breadcrumbs. I call them Skittles because I ain't eating no bread on no floor, ain't no bird. But Skittles, I'll tear them up. But anyway, that's the story. Story's fair though. It was cool, but I love the adventure and the journey aspect of it. I really did. I really truly appreciated that. And I think younger audience members will really engage it and love it. It really gave me something that I was missing that I used to gain as a child in movies. So thank you on the story. I like the story. The casting and acting, y'all. It's weird because this world is created digitally. Most of the movie is digital. It's CG. And then you go reality. CG, voice acting on point. On point. Let me say it one more time. On point. I truly enjoyed the voice acting of the Oasis. I really loved it. I loved every bit of it. It felt like a real video game in a sense. Combined with the aspect of the journey and adventure, I really was engaged. The voices really matched to the characters. And I really enjoyed it. However, when they went reality based and we see who they really are, it wasn't, I can't say the acting was bad, but it damn sure wasn't good. The acting was mediocre. It was whatever. It felt like you could literally replace that whole cast with different people and it still would be the same type of movie. And I hate that because I thought they did a good job. It just, they weren't memorable to me. Their acting abilities was like, whatever. I mean, no doubt they could get better. But for this type of movie, I'm like, you should just be better. But that's just how I look at it in the acting part in reality. Now, I have no problems with the casting. Because the casting, when you look at them, you're like, I can see that. It's just that acting didn't match well with the casting. Like the casting had the perfect looks, but the acting wasn't there to fill in those voids reality-wise. Virtually, in CG, in the virtual reality CG, it works. But in reality, it was like, I can see that, but it's kind of like looking at, let's say you look at a big buff mother freaker, and you look at him, he walk doom, what's up, homie? You're expecting, what's up, homie? Instead you get, I'm AJ. Fuck! You wrecked my soul. Who are you? Who's in that suit? Are you Brain from Pinky the Brain? What's up? It was like that. It just didn't. It didn't hit with the casting and the act. It just it was okay though. Not memorable. The music. The music was amazing. The sound was dope as fuck. That sound and music, basically, it's like two parts of a film. I'm gonna get on visual, but it's two parts of a film. It's visual, sound, and music. And when the sound and music is just that much, it's just that good. It just really makes the movie that much better. When you watch a movie in an IMAX 3D and the sound is basically right there with you, freak, amazing. I truly enjoy the music, the 80s vibe, the video game aspect, all that shit popping, man. The sound was on point. I loved it. I love that sound. I love it. Look, when I it's funny because we were just talking about this. Transformers, Part 1. Yes, a lot of people don't like the Transformers franchise, but I have to say Part 1 is like, to me, the best. And one of the main reasons why is because the sound was on point. Steven Spielberg's the daddy when it comes to stuff like this, man. He's the man. Freak. When you heard Optimus Prime transform on that freeway, y'all, remember that scene of Transformer when he was like, wow, just the sound effects. He was able to take that type of sound, times it some years, and bring it to the Oasis. When that race took off, baby, and they was in them cars. King Kong, boom, boom, doom, doom, boom, coins coming up, bruh. It was like Scott Pilgrim times freaking times 1,000. I'm like, this shit is on point. That sound, and then the music just really made it pop. The score, and then just music. 80s sound, man, it just really made it that much of a better film for me. I enjoy that. When that stuff is on point, it really makes a movie that much better. I love the sound. Sound was on point in this movie. That shit was dope. Now we gotta get in that visual shit. The visuals was on point. They put money behind the visuals. The CG was on point. It really worked in the Oasis. Watching the movie 3D, I recommend you watching the 3D, because it's not that type of movie where you can watch it on a flat, just basic standard IMAX, but because IMAX is sound and try to get the best 5K you could possibly get. You know what I mean? So I get it, but 3D really makes it that much of a better film. Keep it 100. It makes it that much of a better film, and the visuals really worked. It really works. Seeing Easter eggs, seeing characters in there that you were used to seeing, just really works in the 3D aspect. And it was like, this is amazing. Keep it on. It was very amazing. You should watch it in 3D. Don't go, if you watch it 3D, don't watch it in cheap 3D. Make sure you have some good 3D glasses. Recommendation, IMAX 3D. Don't just watch basic 3D where they have no little flabby things. No. Get you some good glasses that really can capture it without giving you the type of headaches, because I'm that type of dude. Headaches come my way with 3D, but I did not get a headache in this movie because this movie was made for 3D. It wasn't added in. It was a made 3D film, and it really worked, and I truly appreciate that. Going into the directing, Steven Spielberg, one of my favorite directors of all time. Yes, your boy Steven Spielberg has not had these type of hits where people are like, oh my God, Steven Spielberg. But to me, oh my God, Steven Spielberg. Because Steven Spielberg is behind some of the greatest films that I've truly enjoyed my whole life. And he is part of my #1 film, my favorite movie of all time. Shout out to your boy George Lucas too. The Land Before Time, baby. So when I hear the man who made the best movie in my eyes, Land Before Time, freak, of course. I'm hyped for this, and when I see his directing skills has not gotten stale. Yes, some movies don't hit like they should, but his directing skills are amazing. They're phenomenal. This man, you can tell. I watched the special on HBO, and I truly admire Steven Spielberg. And Steven Spielberg, you're gonna get one of these for just being a genuine, brilliant artist, and your work that you do. You're able to go in any area and make that shit pop. I love it. Steven Spielberg has made movies on a whole different level. He's made all kind of films. He's done, there's nothing he can't do. And and when you watch movies like this, you truly appreciate the art that he gives us. And I'm going to truly later, in the future, it will be missed. Because I don't see a lot of directors coming with fire like this. This is his directing skills are on point. I thought the directing was brilliant. I loved it. It's not his best, but seeing the stuff we've seen nowadays, shit. If he was a new director, shoot, they'd be praising this shit right now. They'd be praising this. If it was me and I had and you gave me this movie and I came with the Steven Spielberg directing skills like this, they'd be like, oh my God, Jerry Bennett is the man. He is the man. Oh my God, where'd this kid come from? He's like Steven Spielberg. You see what I'm saying? It was like that. I loved it. I love the directing. The entertainment, you better believe I was entertained. 100%. I love this movie. I thought this movie was dope. The entertainment factor in the Oasis brings tears to my eyes. Because I got a chance to live a time where I truly enjoyed. I'm an 80s baby and I grew up in the 90s. So a lot of the stuff transitioned over from the 80s to the 90s. You know what I mean? I was talking to somebody and they asked me, they said, who's your first introduction to Batman? I said, Adam West. They said, you're a baby. I said, no. That was my first introduction. I watched Adam West and I got into the new Batmans, you know what I mean? But my first introduction was George Reeves. I'm an old head in a sense. So when you saw these characters, these video game characters, the music, it just really popped. I think it made you feel some way. You know, I saw Freddy Krueger and Jason and Chucky in the same movie as avatars and items. Like, you can choose Chucky as an item, bro, and he just lays waste motherfuckers. That shit tight, man. Fuck. That's no spoiler. You gotta watch the trailers. You watch the trailers, you see shit like that. Iron Giant, baby. The Iron Giant, which we need in 4K now. Come on, man. Batman. Bruh, the Batmobile in a race with Adam West as an avatar and you driving that shit. Batman climbing on mountains and shit. You can do anything in Oasis. Harley Quinn having a chill drink with Gundam and shit. That's hype. Godzilla, T-Rex, King Kong, the DeLorean, Speed Racer. There's no limit to that. And I love it. I love every bit about that in Oasis. I love it. I love it. Look at my shirt. I mean, I have the Batman animated series with Darkwing Duck, baby. This is my era. This is what I do. I love these things. I love this shit. And I love that about the movie. Very entertaining. This movie, I recommend anybody go watch this movie. However, this is a great movie to truly appreciate the older creations back in the day. What video games really meant. There's a message at the end of this movie. You know what I mean? Understand what video games were really meant for. People have forgotten. And this movie really explains a lot. And it takes you on another level. It doesn't go dark, but it really gives you an insight on people and how people really are out there. And and combine that with my entertainment, brilliant. They really low key, I'm gonna be honest with you, low key they were taking shots at people, and I appreciate it. Catfish, they were taking shots at people, man. You know what I mean? And it was really dope seeing that. It was really dope seeing that. And I hope people acknowledge that and become better people. Because yes, the video game is cool and the world is amazing, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean, it's still fake. Take advantage of real reality, you know what I mean? Or you won't have it for long. What I did not like. I like the film. What I did not like about this movie, keep it 100 with you guys, it had nothing to do with the film, but it was a lack of copyrights. I thought the Oasis could even had more. I thought, you know what I mean, Disney should have really got a piece of this. They should have said, bite their tongue, throw in some Marvel characters, some Star Wars characters in there. You know what I mean? Nintendo should have got a piece of that pie. Threw in some Metroid. You know what I mean? I don't know. I didn't see no Nintendo characters. Star Fox would have been amazing. You know what I mean? Mario characters. They really should have took the Wreck-It Ralph sheet and just jammed it in there too. Because Oasis is a world. And it would have been amazing seeing that. Like, you know, seeing a team of Avengers going head up against Batman characters. Like, you know, Justice League. That shit would have been tight. That would have been... Bruh, can you imagine that? You have a video game in the Doom... It's a world called the Doom World where it's straight battle. And you see the Avengers going side by side with the Justice League. I'm feeling that. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. That would have been tight seeing stormtroopers going head up with Master Chief. Like, bro, come on, man. That's tight, baby. Like, that's the kind of stuff I thought would have been really tight if it was a copyright issue. And you could tell because I could sense that Steven Spielberg really wanted to do a lot more. But I understood that you could tell that it was a little different. You know, and they should have really the copyright should have really put that in there, man. They should have, man, that would have been tight. That would have been tight, bruh. Because they spoke on shit like the Millennium Falcon and shit, but we didn't see it. We didn't even see it. And you could tell that was the copyright part. That was weak. However, let's rate this motherfucking movie, man. Story being okay. Casting being good, but okay. Entertainment. Entertain, baby. Sound. Visuals. I'm there, baby. I'm gonna give this movie one of my most anticipated films of 2018. This movie gets freak. This movie gets a B plus from your boy J3. This movie gets a B plus from your boy J3. A B plus. Yes. I give it a B plus. I wanted to give it higher, but I thought about it, man. It was could have been almost a perfect film, but acting, story, it was different, but you know, I love the journey aspect. B plus. Hope you guys enjoyed the review where I keep it real as possible. It's a real deal, and that's for real. I'm your boy J3. Thank you to everybody who joined your boy on this review. Hope you guys go take a look at this film. This film is on point. I like this movie. Write in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought about this film if you saw it. And please, no spoilers. No spoiler for anybody. We'll make a spoiler video for those who wants to spoil it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Thumbs this video up and subscribe to J3 Entertainment, where, like I said before, you get the real and the real deal, and that's for real, baby. Shout out to my team Patreon for all the donations, helping this channel grow, helping this channel flow, helping this internet go. J3 out. J3 out. J3 out.